On June 5, 2009, ACIC Holdings Limited hosted a conference to investigate the regulatory and legislative challenges to the establishment of mobile-based remittances between Europe and the Caribbean. A press conference was held thereafter to announce the launch of a mobile banking solution. Present at the conference were Mr. Edmund Lawrence, Chairman of the Board of Directors of ACIC, Mr. Milton Lawrence, CEO of ACIC, and Mr. Ais Mitha, a representative of Sofricam, a subsidiary of France Telecom.
ACIC Holdings Limited is a company owned by 10 Caribbean indigenous banks, and the intention of ACIC is to bring those banks closer together in a strategic arrangement and for the banks to take advantage of the opportunities that combined balance sheets and combined strengths and other resources bring to the table. As far as the mobile banking business is concerned, this is one of the products that we have decided to undertake as a group, and this is one of many such products that we will undertake as a group in the future. We are hoping to go to the market very shortly, and we're starting with 6 banks in the group, banks that are currently in St. Kitts, in St. Lucia, Dominica, Antigua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. The intention is that we will launch a mobile banking product which allows customers of the banks to use their mobile phones to conduct a number of banking transactions, including requests for balances, requests for the last few transactions that they've done. Clients are also going to be able to use the mobile phone to transfer funds from one account to another, and in many cases to pay bills using the mobile phone. The intention really is to bring another distribution channel to the bank's customers, and we think that customers are going to be very elated with this additional convenience. The mobile banking product will allow customers to remain at their homes and do some banking transactions without even having to go to an ATM machine.
Would you identify the banks that will be participating in the imminent launch of mobile banking?
In the first phase of launch of mobile banking, the following banks are going to participate: First National Bank, St. Lucia Limited, National Bank of Dominica, ABI Bank in Antigua, St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank in St. Kitts, and TCI Bank in the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Can you tell me why ACIC thought it was important to introduce mobile banking to the region, given the existence of ATMs and online banking?
So as we've always said, we are now in a global village, and mobile telephony and mobile technology is being used throughout the world. And in other parts of the world, the mobile phone is a very essential part of people's lives. What we are doing is bringing to the region technology that is being deployed in other parts of the world for the convenience of our customers. It's a very good time to do this because while many of our banks do have service offerings, including the internet, the mobile phone has penetrated our markets in such a huge way. Most people have mobile phones right now, and what we are doing with this product is allowing access to the banks by a much larger percentage of the population.
We are just about to enter the first phase of the mobile money transfer business with mobile banking. Can you comment on the developments in the industry internationally?
Well, I think if you look at the recent developments in the field of mobile banking and mobile financial services, it's only fair to say that it's become a real global phenomenon across the world. There is many different types of implementations, either driven by mobile operators or by banks in partnership with mobile operators, offering rich portfolios of financial services to customers using their mobile devices to access those financial services. And I think, in fact, that the use of mobile devices to have access to financial services is probably the single most important phenomenon that the financial sector has witnessed in many decades now, even probably more important than the payment cards. And that opens door for all sorts of new services. And what you see in emerging markets in Kenya or in South Africa, in West Africa, or even in the Philippines is a rich portfolio of services, from domestic remittance to international remittance to bill payment to microfinance type of services that are now reaching to the unbanked and the previously excluded from the formal financial system thanks to the mobile channel. Well, I think generally speaking, probably banking penetration is fairly higher in the region compared to other parts of the world. And obviously the necessity to use the mobile channel to distribute financial services is not as high as it would be, for instance, in some of the African countries, and particularly the African countries that don't have a sophisticated banking system and banking infrastructure. Now, on the other hand, there's a number of players like mobile operators really interested in leveraging their capabilities, their technology assets to be able to reach out to these customers as well and offer more convenience. And I think for the banks that would doubt the benefits of actually getting involved and embarking into that journey and getting involved in that space, my advice would be look out at what the mobile operators are trying to do, because they are going to be trying to offer services that are going to be eventually competing with banks if banks don't want to move into that space. And if you don't start being involved in that space, and if you don't want to leverage the mobile opportunity, then maybe at some point you're going to find yourself left out of business because someone else is going to offer more convenience, more flexibility, lower cost-based type of services, and they will take your customers away from you. So you better actually be ahead of that wave and surf it along with the operators.
As chairman of ECIC and chairman of the company that has been established to take over the Bank of Antigua, what is your view about the collaboration of indigenous banks in the Eastern Caribbean?
Yes, I have a view. And the view is that we should strive to come together in a practical, workable way so that the various local banks spread around the islands can acquire the corpus of a virtual commercial bank, so that in our respective islands we would have an island identity, and together a sub-regional personality. That would enable us to move from island to island and conduct banking transactions as if we were still in our particular island. We would not be, for some time yet, perhaps, a real regional commercial bank, but we can certainly become a virtual regional commercial bank with all the functionalities, services, opportunities, and benefits of a real regional commercial bank. And that is what I see happening. I think we have started the journey, and I would do all that I can to propel us successfully along that road to the desirable destination.